If Christopher Nolan offers you some ground advice, please, for the love of God, consider it, take it, drink it in. So once again, this whole Superman killing Zod conversation has been brought up once again due to a post from All the Right Movies, which basically breaks down everything about the film, from its production date to the cast, the crew, etc. And for those of you who don't know, the original script for Zack Snyder's Man of Steel has this. The original script had Superman sending Zod back to the Phantom Zone. Snyder decided he wanted to have Zod killed brutally instead, breaking the Superman never kills rule. Nolan disagreed, but eventually acquiesced, giving the director final say. And of course, Zack Snyder didn't take the advice, and you see the public reception or reaction to Zack Snyder's decision.
What are you doing?
Now, I've said this 1,000 times. Me personally, I didn't have a problem with this at all. I understood what Zack Snyder was going for with his story and this vision. However, you have to understand why so many people had a big problem with this, because since Zack Snyder is already telling a different kind of Superman film that's really serious, really heavy, really dramatic, I think people, especially for a character like Superman, who is the complete opposite of Batman, who is full of light and hope and always optimistic, it was very jarring, especially when Zack Snyder was coming off of Watchmen, and Zack Snyder thought, well, what I learned from Watchmen, I'm going to apply that to Superman. And that's the wrong approach to take for Superman, because Watchmen tells a very specific story, and Alan Moore was essentially telling a satirical morality play about the superhero genre. And it works for Watchmen because it's a very specific story. You can't apply that same philosophy that Zack Snyder learned on Watchmen making the film and apply it to Superman. It doesn't work. It's a different character. It's a different world. There's a different morality at play here, especially with a character like Superman, who's all about morality. And Watchmen is the exact opposite of that. So again, I think that's why so many people had a big problem with Superman killing Zod and Superman killing in general. And I guarantee you, James Gunn is not going to make that same mistake with his version of Superman, which is going to be much more of the classic Silver Age hopeful tale of Superman. And again, this argument of Zack Snyder killing Superman, between the nerds, it's never going to end. Some people are okay with it. Some people are never going to be okay with it. And that's fine. Listen, at the end of the day, I don't know why we're still talking about this. It's over. It's done. Zack Snyder told his story. His story has ended. And now we're approaching the new James Gunn territory. But I will say this. The fact that Christopher Nolan, who's not a big comic book guy, told Zack Snyder, hey, maybe this is not the best approach to go about this. Maybe you should try, sending Zod to the Phantom Zone, so that way he could come back for future tales if you decide to go to, make future sequels. But the fact that Zack Snyder chose the complete opposite, like, no, I'm gonna kill him. And what we've seen from his DC ventures, it just goes to show the mindset that maybe, again, as much as I love Zack Snyder, as much as I love Man of Steel, his way of thinking for the superhero franchise, or for DC in particular, maybe wasn't the best in hindsight. But again, that's just me. So that's going to be it. Hit like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Discord, TikTok. Let me know in the comments below. What do you think of Zack Snyder killing Zod? Do you care? Do you not care? And what do you think about what James Gunn is going to do? I can tell you what James Gunn is not going to do. But I just thought it was a very interesting story. So anyway, love you all. Stay safe. Truth out.
This nigga gay as hell.